Hi, welcome to yoga. So let's start, that was really crazy. Okay, let's start in a cross-legged seated position on your mat. And you'll bring your blanket, fold it up a few times, and that just helps you stay supported while you're seated. And then come on down into your seat. And just relax the hands onto your knees and breathe. Take a deep breath in and lift up in your spine. Exhale, draw the shoulders down your back. Soften all the muscles in your face. Soften your eyes. Relax your jaw. And for every class, we introduce an intention, and it kind of just sets the focus of the class. So if our mind drifts off, we have something to anchor our attention back to. In this class, our intention is really going to be bringing some oxygenation into the cells. So what the heck does that mean? Bringing oxygenation into the cells really means deep breathing. So you're bringing oxygen, bringing the life force into your body for hydration, for healing, and for ease. So if your one main goal here is to breathe the whole class. Start now. And start to turn on the Ujjayi breathing. And Ujjayi breathing really just uses the whispering muscles in the back of your throat. So if you're not sure how to access those muscles, just whisper the word hello out loud. And use those muscles when you breathe. There they are. And take 2 more really good deep breaths in. And then on your next exhale, you can slowly open your eyes. And we'll move right into a very light, gentle spinal twist. You'll bring your left hand behind your back, right behind your left hip, and your right hand will just rest onto your left knee. Spine is long, neck is long, crown of the head is facing the ceiling. And keep your chin in line with your chest. So it's only a very light twist. It's the beginning of the practice, you're just kind of warming up. And you can keep your eyes closed or open through your practice. It's completely up to you. I prefer to keep my eyes closed. That's why if you're watching this, you're seeing my eyes keep opening and closing because I'm not used to practicing with my eyes open. And take 2 more breaths here. Breathing deeply through the nose, exhaling back out. Draw the shoulder down, so you're not hiked up there. And release, come back to the center with both hands and switch sides. So left hand over your right knee behind the right hip. Lift up in the chest, relax your shoulder down, spine is straight and long. And 4 deep breaths. Get that oxygen in your body. Oxygen in. So if all you do is breathe this whole class, I'm happy with that. And take 2 more deep breaths. And then release. And bring both hands back onto your knees. And close your eyes. Just take one more nice deep breath in. And exhale, let it out. And open your eyes. So we'll come right into tabletop position. So tabletop just means hands on hands and knees. So in yoga we call it tabletop, but it really just means hands and knees. So come onto your hands and knees, and your hands will be directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. We're gonna start to strengthen the core right away. Every yoga pose starts from your core. So it's really important to strengthen the core and to get it warmed up early on in the practice, okay? Since we don't really want to curve your spine too much, since we're working on healing the low back and the spine with your disc injury, we're going to work a plank. So come up into a high plank. Actually, don't come up. Watch me first. So come up. I'll come up into the plank. And just notice if this happens, if you're rounding your back, okay? If you're rounding your back, you really want to work on keeping the spine long. So bringing the chest forward. So chest forward. Use the core, so you're not here, you're here. Okay. Now come on up into that plank. And you'll stay up here for a little while. I won't tell you how long because I just don't like to do that. Surprises are good. So come on up into the plank and breathe. Just breathe, okay? Bring the breath into your belly. You're firing up the core with your breath, with the strength in the plank. And take 3 more breaths. And if you need to come down in the middle of that, it's okay. You don't have to stay up the whole time. And then bring your knees down. And the knees will walk back a little farther than they were in tabletop. And then shift your hips forward. And you can look at me for the positioning. So your hips are a little farther forward. Knees are back. Feet, ankles, knees are together, okay? Your hands are a little ahead of your shoulders, just slightly. And then take a deep breath in. You'll wrap your shoulders in, and then you'll slowly lower down to the mat. Okay, come on up. We'll do that together. So come up onto the knees. Hands slightly ahead of the shoulders, feet, ankles, knees, thighs together. Wrap your elbows in, and then use your strong arms to slowly lower you down. Keeping your neck long as you lower down. Elbows stay tightly wrapped into your sides, and then come all the way down onto your belly. And then take a deep breath in and moving into Sphinx pose. So Sphinx pose, you'll come up onto your forearms, and you'll just rest up on the forearms like this. And this is a very gentle back bend. And it just starts to get the back working, some of the muscles firing in a very gentle, subtle way. So you're not bringing any extreme pressure. You're just very gently warming up the back. Neck is long. And take 3 deep breaths. And then slowly exhale your chest forward. Stretch your arms out long, forehead down to the mat. And then bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. So they'll be slightly back than when they were in Sphinx. And we'll move into Cobra. So Cobra, your hands are ahead of the shoulders, just a little bit. And then you'll wrap the elbows in and then gently lift up into Cobra. So it's just a very small lift. So you're pressing off your hands. Elbows are not out like this. You want to wrap them in. Stay up here for one more deep breath. And exhale, lower down. Now just kind of lift up in the head really quick, and I just want you to watch this move. So we're going to bring some room into your low back here. So I'll do one leg and then we'll do the other. We'll do them together. So watch this. So you'll reach your left leg up and lengthen it straight back, and then turn the left inner thigh in and up towards the ceiling, and then rest the top of the foot back down. And I don't know if you can see it, but I have one leg longer than the other right now. So it's a good way to unleash the low back, make some room in the body. Alright, so come back down and prepare for this. You're just laying flat on your belly, legs in alignment. And reach up through the left leg, stretch the toes straight back behind you, and then turn the left inner thigh up and in towards the ceiling, and then lower that leg down. Do you have one leg longer than the other? Alright, inhale, right leg up, right toes straight back, and then turn the right inner leg up and in towards the ceiling, and then relax that foot down. And then forehead comes down, and then stretch your arms all the way forward, reach your toes a little farther back, and just kind of lay here, feeling your body in complete alignment on the mat. As you move through your practice, a big key piece here is focusing on the alignment of your body, keeping everything in line as best as you can. Now, you might not be able to keep everything in line because you're dealing with some injuries and some pain, but if you do your best, that's all that matters. So do your best to keep yourself in alignment and just listen to your body, listen to the sensations that are coming up in some of the poses. And if it's pain, you know the difference between pain and discomfort. The pose itself will feel a little bit discomforting if they're new to you, but pain is different. Pain will be tingling, pinching. If you're feeling that, then you need to come out of the pose, okay? And then bring your hands back underneath your shoulders and lift up into tabletop. And come up and grab your roll or your blanket. Okay, so you're going to grab this roll and we're going to move through some Cobra push-ups. Now these are great for unlocking the low back and getting some breath into that area, so you can really help soothe and get the oxygen into that area and break up whatever's stuck in there and heal. And so I'm putting the roll underneath my belly because I'm so used to doing Cobra push-ups over the roll, but we're not doing them like that. Sorry, I have to fix it. Okay. So you'll bring the roll, just lower down like this first. I'm sorry, confusing you. So bring your roll in between your upper inner thigh bones like that. If you have a block, you can use the block for this, or you can roll up the blanket like the roll. And then you'll take a deep breath in, and watch me first. So you'll take a big deep breath in, and the breath will be so big, you'll send it all the way down into your belly. The belly will lift you up. So as far as the belly can lift you up, go there, and you're squeezing the roll, and lift up in the arms the rest of the way, just a little bit. And then as you exhale and come down, you'll drag your chest forward and down. All right, come down into your belly, and we'll do 2 of those. This is great for lengthening the spine, unlocking the low back. So take a deep breath in. Inhale, squeeze the roll. Lift up with the belly all the way that you can, and then lift up the rest of the way slightly with the arms. And then exhale, drag chest forward and down. Release. And one more. Inhale, squeeze the roll. Balloon the breath out into the belly. Let the belly lift you up. And then lift up the rest of the way with your arms. And then exhale, drag chest forward and down. And then keep the roll right where it is. And we'll move into one final pose here, boat pose with the roll. So take a deep breath in and just have your arms out by your sides, palms onto the mat, the sides of your shoulders. And then take a deep breath in and squeeze the roll. Feet will stay flat, tops of the feet will stay flat on the mat, and then lift up in the chest slightly. And just keep your palms down nice and wide. So you're just strengthening the back with some support of your hands. Breath in, and exhale, drag chest forward and down. And just take a few breaths here. Allow your forehead flat down onto the mat. And then start to come up onto your knees really slowly, removing the roll off to the side. And then we'll come meet at the front of the mat. So you'll stand at the top of the mat and we'll move through just a few light sun salutations. So inhale, reach the arms up. Stretch up with the fingertips wide, feet active, toes are lifted off the mat. And exhale, hands to chest. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to chest. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to chest. And working with some leg strengthening here, we're going to step back into a lunge. So step your right leg back behind you into a nice deep lunge, and then reach your arms up by your ears. And then you'll bring your hands down onto your low back. Okay? And this is just a really slight back bend. Big deep breath in, sink in a little more into that front leg. Just keep that back leg straight. Back heel off the mat. And then bend in a little more and step forward. So we're not forward bending at all, so don't go down. So we're just going to step forward. Eventually you'll be able to forward fold down and go into a plank from there and do the chaturanga. But for now we're just sticking to stepping forward and back, gentle, subtle movements, okay? So this time we'll step the left leg back, lunge. Okay. Find the proper positioning for your feet. Straighten that back leg. And then reach your arms up. Press in a little more. It's the front knee. Make sure the back leg is straight. And then bring your palms to your low back. And lift the chest up for just a very slight back bend. Shoulders relax down the back. And then bend in a little more and step forward. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, feet together. And bend your hips back into a chair pose. And if this bothers your shoulders at all, you can bring your hands to chest. Cross the arms over one another. Or you can just have your hands on your hips. Okay? So your choice. And then stand up, release. And then come down onto your knees. and lie onto your back. So you're lying onto your back, and we're moving into back release pose. Now, if you have a wall near you, you can use the wall and use your feet up the wall. But I think, and I'll demo that, but I think the best thing for us to do today is to not use the wall. You can really get in, so you can do it like this. But you don't get as much out of it. But actually, you know what? You can use the wall. So bring your right ankle over your left knee. And then loop your hands through your legs and then wrap your hands around your shin or your hamstring. And if you have a strap, you can use this strap. That's a great tool to use here. So you'll wrap the strap through your legs and interlace your hands with the strap. And take 2 deep breaths. Release. And you can just switch legs. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. Reach your hands through your legs and grab onto the hamstring or the shin. And this is great for releasing the low back at the end of the practice. Continue to breathe. Take 2 more deep breaths. It's like crazy. Once you get into these poses, you immediately start to relax. Like on the mat, like the poses that you lie on your back, my voice is like starting to get really zen because I'm getting relaxed in this pose. I need to remind myself to speak up so you can hear me. And then release. And if you were on the wall, come off the wall and just come back and lie onto your mat. Moving into a spinal twist. So you lift up your knees in line with your hips, and then bring your arms into goalpost arms. And then slowly allow your knees to fall to the left side. And bring your left hand onto your right rib cage. And send your gaze towards your right hand. While you're laying here, focus on taking about 4 really good quality breaths. And as you're inhaling in, feel your rib cage expanding open with your hand on your ribs. You'll notice the diaphragm expanding and then shrinking as you inhale and exhale. And that's just bringing you back to your breath awareness. Take another deep breath in. And then slowly bring both arms back down to the mat and lift up your right leg first. So to support your low back as you come up, and then lift up the left leg. And then allow the knees to go over towards the right side. Right hand to left rib cage. Your gaze will go towards the left. Same thing on this side. Really work with getting 4 good quality deep breaths into your spine. When you're working with a back injury of any kind, the back is just so connected to the nervous system that you really, really, really need the breath to help ease out whatever's stuck in there. The breath will help move that out and soothe the nervous system, which will help, speed up the healing process. Slowly bring your arms back down to the mat. And lift up the left leg first, followed by the right. And then straighten your legs out completely. Lay back for Savasana. So your arms will come down by your side. Check in with your shoulders, make sure they're not hiked up to your ears, and if they are, roll them down your back. I like doing those one at a time, so you can do the right shoulder lift out to your ear, and then roll it down. Inhale, left shoulder to the ear, and then exhale, roll it down. And before you go off into Savasana, take a big breath in, inhale, and clench all the muscles, squeezing them together, clenching your fists, squeezing your toes, your leg muscles, your facial muscles, everything. Squeeze it all together. And exhale, let it go. So you can do that one more time. Take a deep breath in, squeeze your toes, squeeze your hands, your facial muscles, your neck. All of the muscles all over your body. Squeeze them. And exhale, let it go. And now is a good time to pause. And lie in for Savasana for as long as you need to today. It's important to get Savasana in. This is really when your body lets all the yoga juice soak in. So this is where the magic happens. It's all in Savasana. So in Savasana, everything you just did just permeates into your body in that deep relaxation. So take your Savasana. And slowly start to roll onto your left side. Press yourself up to a seated position, head and neck comes up last. Namaste.